Love is beautiful, love is amazing, and indeed, love can never be controlled. How does a princess manage her love story with a vampire? Watch out and take care. In the middle of the night, Charlotte, a young lady, is kidnapped by Meyer, a vampire nobleman. It is a period where vampires rule the night, they are strong, and vampire hunters emerge to destroy the vampires at any given chance. One of them is a special one. He is half human and half vampire, powerful, mighty, and lonely. He is named Dhampir, Vampire Hunter D. Days after Charlotte's kidnap, Charlotte's wealthy father calls for Dhampir and asks him to rescue his daughter for $10,000. The girl's brother Adams has also hired the Marcus brothers for the same purpose. Adams says that they sent a crew of 50 men to find Charlotte, but Meyer killed them all. Dhampir requests a sum of $20,000, and Charlotte's father accepts to double the price as long as he brings the daughter. The Marcus brothers, which consist of Borgoff, Hulking Nolt, Blade Master Kyle, Psychic Grove, and Layla, are the first to get to the vampire's hideout that night. The vampires lay ambush for him, but they successfully execute them. After they shoot all the vampires, they hear a horse coming. Borgoff shoots at the horse, but the rider Dhampir holds the arrow and breaks it. They are amazed by Dhampir's strength, but realize he is their opponent in that duty. As Dhampir leaves, the brothers complain that they have helped Dhampir with half of the job. While they lament, Layla takes the bike and rides right after Dhampir. Dhampir has a guide in his hand, a guide with a human voice. They ride towards a trail and figure Meyer is around the corner. They find a resting place and contemplate opening it. Unfortunately, they can't find a door. Layla comes by, shoots at the resting place, and Meyer drives out. He shoots back at Layla, and she collapses. Dhampir goes after Meyer, who tells him the girl came by her choice, and he didn't kidnap her. Dhampir doesn't believe it, so he attacks Meyer. He hears Charlotte calling Meyer's name to stop fighting. Meyer rides away from Dhampir. Dhampir's guide comments that Charlotte mentioned Meyer's name and she may not be kidnapped. But Dhampir insists Charlotte doesn't yet know how deadly Meyer is and is just a kid. They ride back towards the resting place and find Layla on the floor. He helps her and treats her. As Layla wakes up, she asks what he did, explaining that he stitched her wounds. She gets angry, asking him what right he has to open her and stitch her. She asks if he is her mother. Sarcastically, he replies she called out for her mother, so probably he is. The brothers come by and they take her into their truck. The brothers and Dhampir plan to go into Barbaroi because they know that is the hideout of all the vampires. On their way, the Marcus brothers see the carriage, thinking it is Meyer's carriage. They come down to fight, but it is a mere decoy. A vampire attacks them while decoying as a shadow and kills Nolt. Dhampir gets to Barbaroi and asks to enter because he has a pending issue to discuss with Barbaroi. He meets with him and asks him to stop his protection over Meyer because he has a pending issue with Meyer. Barbaroi laughs at him. He says he has been paid millions of dollars to protect Meyer and the carriage, and unless he has something more, he won't stop his protection. Barbaroi says he appreciates Dhampir's courage, but now he has to die because no human visits them and survives. Dhampir is ready to fight the vampires when the brothers induce a shadow of the Psychic Grove to shun light into Barbaroi's camp. The carriage leaves the camp and the two teams follow him. Caroline, one of Meyer's vampires, is sent to stop the Marcus brothers. She melts through the tires of their truck and sends weapons into their truck. The truck stops and Layla seeks to protect Grove. Dhampir and his guide walk toward where one of the vampires, Benj, the shadow manipulator, set a trap for D, but his guide swallows the trap, letting him escape without his horse. Benj attacks the Marcus brothers again. They avenge the death of Nolt by killing Benj, but after the attack by Caroline, they run short of fuel and supplies, so Borgoff asks Kyle and Layla to go to the neighboring city for power. D continues his travels by foot. He is tired and branches to the neighboring village to buy another horse. As Layla sees him entering, she goes into the bar in that village and buys a drink. She meets with the sheriff and tells him he must be having difficulty considering that the Dhampir is in his city. Layla knows quite well that Dhampirs are forbidden in that city and figures if she uses that trick, the sheriff will send D away. Dee visits the Pope to buy his donkey. After he pays, he is attacked by the sheriff. The Pope tells the sheriff Dee has paid for the horse, but the sheriff asks Dee to leave with his money. He reminds the Pope that Dompiers aren't allowed. The Pope tells the sheriff he isn't alive when Dee saved the people. He says that some time ago, vampires attacked the city and took children captive. The town employed Dee to protect the children, but after Dee fought and brought the children back, the town turned against Dee and attacked him. The Pope says he was one of those kids and will give Dee the horse. He brings out his gun against the sheriff and asks Dee to go. During the daytime, Charlotte wants to see the sunlight. Although the werewolf Machira, one of Meyer's men, is against it, Meyer asks her to go. She goes to the waterside where she meets Dee. Dee tries to talk to her. He asks her to come back home, but Charlotte says she loves Meyer so much that she can't leave without him, and her parents know this too. She begs Dee to please leave them alone. Layla, who has been tailing Dee, is also there. She attacks Charlotte from behind and calls her a fool for wanting to love and follow a vampire who has killed several humans. She wants to take her away and asks Dee not to intervene. She didn't know that Caroline, one of Meyer's aides, is above her. Caroline attacks Layla while Machira leaves with Charlotte. Dee fights against Caroline, who takes the shape of a tree and attacks him. He can cut off her head, but he is weak because he has absorbed too much sunlight. Layla goes to their truck. The brothers speak to her asking if she has seen Dee, but she lies and says she hasn't seen him, although she is right in front of him. She tries to help him, but Caroline revives herself and attacks her. The rain threatens to fall and thunder is striking. The thunder struck Caroline and the rain starts. Layla takes shelter beside Dee. As Dee wakes, she threatens him with a gun, asking him not to come near her. He asks her if vampires killed her parents because he heard her mentioning her mother's name. She replies affirmatively, saying vampires kidnapped her mother and her father went to save her, to no avail. Her father was killed, and when her mother came back, she was already a vampire. The villagers stoned her mother to death, and since that day she had determined to be a vampire hunter. She tells him that their lifestyle is almost the same, and if any of them dies first, the other should bring flowers to the grave. Dee promises her he will bring flowers to her grave if she dies. The brothers are watching the carriage going to the castle. They plan to lay ambush for the carriage on the bridge, getting the girl. They divide the bridge during and keep bombs around. They ask Machira to stop driving. They enter the carriage and take Charlotte out. Machira fortunately escapes from the carriage. Meyer knows it's daytime, but he still comes out to save his love. He is smitten by the sun, and the brothers shoot at him. As the brothers laugh at him, Charlotte breaks free, goes to Meyer, takes one of the arrows shot at him, and says she will die with him. The brothers are still laughing when Machira returns as a wolf. Machira kills Kyle while Borgoff falls into the water after injuring one of his eyes. In the carriage, Meyer tells Charlotte that when they travel to the city of the night, they will be able to love each other in peace. They hear the sounds of Dee's horse. Machira asks to stay back and hold Dee down while they travel to the castle to meet Countess Carmilla. They plan that Carmilla will help them travel to the City of the Knights, where they can live in peace. In the truck, Borgoff decides he won't give up, and he will enter the castle to find the girl. Layla is also determined to follow him, although Grove tells them they won't come out alive. Dee kills Machira, but dying Machira says he is fulfilled now that his master has entered the castle. In the castle, Camilla welcomes them. She says love like theirs shouldn't be that bad, as vampires deserve love like humans. To make them feel reassured, she shows them the ship that will take them into the City of the Night, but asks them to get some rest before they travel. In their room, Charlotte asks to be turned into a vampire, but Meyer refuses to turn her. She is persistent, so he asks that they will continue the conversation on the ship and instructs her to stay in that room. He leaves the room and sees Dee outside, unknown to him that it is Carmilla, and she kills him. After killing him, she goes to the room pretending to be Meyer and turns Charlotte into a vampire. As Dee enters, Carmilla haunts him with hallucinations of his past. Borgoff and Layla also enter the castle. Carmilla haunts them too. Borgoff sees a coffin. Kyle and his brother stand up from the coffin. Borgoff drops his weapon to hug his brothers as he doesn't know it is Carmilla's trick. She turns him into a vampire. Carmilla also shows Layla her younger self, but before she can fall victim, Dee comes by and wakes her from her hallucination. He tells her Carmilla is playing a trick on them. Borgoff, now a vampire, kidnaps Layla, threatening to kill her if Dee didn't drop his weapons. Grove injects himself in the truck and reawakes his spirit of light, enters the castle, embraces Borgoff, and kills him. Grove dies in the process. Dee finds Carmilla at last. He fights with her and destroys her spiritual self. As Meyer wakes, he kills Carmilla's physical body and goes to his love. They profess their love, but Dee comes to have a final fight with Meyer. Layla goes to Meyer, removes Charlotte's ring, and throws it down. Dee has gained the upper hand in the fight. Immediately, Charlotte's ring is tossed near him. He takes the ring and says he will give it to her family as proof. He leaves the castle with Layla while Meyer carries Charlotte on the ship to the city of the night. Years later, Layla is dead. Dee comes for her funeral and meets several people, and Layla's granddaughter recognizes him and asks him to visit their home, but he humbly rejects her request and leaves. As he leaves, he comments that Layla has people for her funeral, contrary to her belief that she will die alone. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post the next recap. See you next time!